Alright, first we're going to do a quick review of what we learned today, and then we're going to take a quiz, and then I'm going to show you another couple new graphs just to think about. You're not going to get quizzed over them or anything. And then we're going to see how you guys could use graphs in your everyday lives. So let's do a quick review. What is a graph? Can someone explain? What are the parts of a graph? I know we didn't explain this very much. But we have the x-axis, right? Catherine, you know another part of the graph? Y-axis. Sophie, you name another part?
The labels.
The labels, good. Gina, last part?
The key.
Oh, well, I guess there's two parts left there. Yeah, the key, is right, the legend. Richie?
Title?
And the title, that's right. That's all 5 parts of the graph. So Susie asked her class what their favorite color was, either red, blue, yellow, or green. 5 kids said red, 3 kids liked blue, no one liked yellow, and 8 kids liked green. You should have came up with something like that. You got your title, your labels, your key, and your bars. Pizza and pie graphs that are food are cool because as you eat the pizza, it's like a real-time pie graph comparing pizza you have eaten to pizza you still have left, right? So that's cool. What are some other people? Can you think of one other person that might be able to use graphs in their everyday lives? Maybe you guys, right? You could use graphs every day, right? What are some ways you guys could use graphs? Richie, you got one?
As an engineer, doing it for production and things like that, we use a lot of them.
Yeah, maybe when you grow up and become an engineer, you could be using graphs, but right now, when you're still young, how about time management? You know? You could use it both ways. You could use a double bar graph for time management. One bar could be where you spend your time, and the bar next to it could be where you should, or how much time you should actually be spending on that. Like maybe you spend 8 hours playing video games and you really only want to spend 6 hours playing video games or less. You could use it as a pie chart or a graph because there's 24 hours in a day, right? So that's your whole. And then you spend 8 hours sleeping, 3 hours at school, or more than that, I'm sure. All right, how about your budget or your allowance, right? How would you put that into a graph? Cassie?
Could you do like each week like a different value? Like if you get $20 one week and you do it like in a month, like a graph of like a month, like how much you do in a month?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Yeah, you could do that. That would be actually a line graph.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
With a line graph, I'll just explain it. You'll have your time on the bottom, right? Because as you go through time, and then your money over here, so you can be like, well, I saved this much of my allowance this week. Next week, I only saved half as much, so we'll shoot for, you know, better next week. Right? That's good. Nutrition. You could use that with double bar graph, right? Just the same way as time management. How much food you eat compared to how much food you want to eat. Like maybe you eat too much candy. You want to eat more fruits and vegetables like we should all be doing, right? And can anyone have another idea? Something to use? Maybe it's sitting all over the floor in your room right now. Get organized, right? Your closet, your clothes, get them off the floor. Say, I have this many suits. Well, probably not suits. I have this many play clothes. I have this many school clothes. And then allotted space for your closet, right? You could pie chart that. Or you could double bar graph it too. Saying, I have this much play clothes, but I should really have this much play clothes because I love to play.